You know that scene in The Matrix where Trinity just downloads the pilot program for the helicopter and then she just knows how to fly a plane? That's kind of like what skills are for AI. All you do is upload instructions and then all of a sudden the AI can do things that it couldn't do before. So it's following your processes, it's connecting to different systems, it's actually doing the work that you want it to do. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what skills are, and we're going to go through step by step how to build one so that you can implement it in your business for your agent. But before we get into all of that, let's see it in action. Okay, so what I have here are a bunch of invoices, and these invoices have a price, currency, date, the company it came from, and what we want to do is put these into a Airtable. So right here, I've just got a default Airtable, doesn't have the right columns or anything. And what we're going to do is equip our agent with the skill to use Airtable, and he's going to create it for us. So let's go to our terminal. This is the open code terminal, and I've just written here, hey there, I want you to process some invoices for me. You need to create the table. And then what I've done is given him the columns. So it's got company name, date of the invoice, description, price, currency, and I also told him where the invoices are located. So just going to hit enter and he's going to get to work. Okay, he's asking me for permission, so I'm going to allow him to read that. Okay, so he's asking about the base ID and everything, so I'm just going to tell him it's already set. No need to check it. Just call the functions provided in the skill and you're good to go. What should I name the new table? Yeah, just invoices is good. Hit enter. It's good he's asking questions to make sure everything aligns with what we want. And as you can see, he's set up some tasks. So let's see how he gets along. So he's run into a problem here. That could be because of the skill. But looks like he overcame that, which is good. And now he's using another skill which allows him to analyze images. Okay, and he wants access to this folder. Okay. Now he's gotten the information from the invoices. Okay, so that's all done. Let's go check it out. And as you can see, we've got another table here called invoices. And if we click on that, we've got the company name, the invoice date, description, the price, as well as the currency. So that all happened because of skills that our agent had and was able to do all these amazing things. So in the Matrix, when someone doesn't know how to do something, so for example, Trinity, when she is trying to find out how to fly the helicopter, what she does is she calls the operator and she's like, I don't know how to do this. Can you give me the manual? And then Tank is like, yeah, sure, give me a second. He sends it over to her brain. She reads the manual, and then all of a sudden she can fly a helicopter. So agents like Claude, they do something a little bit similar. So they say, I don't know how to do this. Can you get me the manual? And then what he does is he reads through the available options that he has, right, which is the available skills folder. And then after that, he goes and accesses the file and reads the full file to see what is going on in there, which is over here. He reads it, and then all of a sudden, he knows how to use that skill and he knows exactly what to do. So skills are very, very useful, and they can pretty much be anything you want them to be that will allow your agent to be enhanced in some way or to be able to access different kinds of information. So you can use this to make them write creatively in the way you want. So if it was like a LinkedIn post and you have a certain style, or email writing, something like that, maybe website development, you can also write skills to allow them to connect to different systems, just like we did with Airtable right now. You can do that as well for Google or anything you really want that you can connect to, as well as niche or domain specific tasks. So if you have some kind of like unique calculation that you need to do for your work, you can build a skill that will teach the agent how to run that calculation and perform it. But what I have here is a bunch of skills, and this is part of the official Anthropic skills. And what we're going to do is just have a look at a couple of them so we can see how they're laid out. So the first one we got here is front-end design, and inside here we've got something called the skill.md. So skill.md is a file that is going to be a part of every single skill that you build or use. In the skill.md, you've got this section up here, which is within these 3 dashes. And this is what the agent will see when you load the skills into your agent. So it's just going to see the name of the skill, and then it's going to see the description or any other metadata that you add. So this one, for example, includes a license. But the main thing that it's going to see is this section here, the description. It's really, really important because when you send a command or instructions to your agent, like, hey, I want you to build this report for me, what it's going to do is see the description and say, oh, this is a report building skill, I better read it. And when it does read it, that's when all of this other stuff comes in. So the bottom part here, this is really just providing it instructions on what it needs to do. So this one is really talking about how to think about the design, the purpose, the tone, and then it's also talking about aesthetics guidelines, so typography, colors and themes, etc. And this is what is comprised of the skills, so that when it loads this and it's doing front-end design, it's going to take this into account when it's developing. So a more complex skill might be something like, let's have a look at the PDF one. So as you can see, we've still got the skill.md here, and it's got the same structure. So we've got PDF, and then we've got the description. But as you can see down here, we've got a bunch of Python functions and all sorts of different things going on. And this one also comes with things like references, which is just showing it, I guess, how to render and do certain tasks. But we've also got a lot of different scripts over here, which are a part of this skill. So when it reads the skill.md and it needs to perform a task or something, inside here, it might write how to call a function. And then the scripts for that function are going to be within this scripts folder. So instead of it having to read all of the Python code inside its context, which will just blow up the amount of tokens that it has to use, it's going to look at the skill.md and maybe the references too, and then it's going to be able to use and call these functions in order to accomplish the task. So if you want to build a skill for yourself, I know it seems a little bit daunting to have to write up all these skill.md files and then also the scripts involved. So what you can do to make it a lot easier for yourself is Anthropic have actually made a skill that is called Skill Creator. So if you go to the Anthropic's /skills GitHub, you can see down here, there's something called Skill Creator. And this skill creator is a skill that teaches the agents how to build the skills. So as you can see, this is the section that will be above the actual skill description. Oh God, this is pretty ugly to look at, but this is up here. So it says guide for creating effective skills. And then it just provides a description how it should be done. And then it's also got the scripts involved in order to package anything that it needs. So you can actually just copy this, download it, put it into your repo, your agentic repo, and then afterwards you can build the skills with this skill. So let's say we want to build a skill now. The first thing I would do is just start with research. So let's say we're building the Airtable skill. You could go to the Airtable documentation and run through it and then start copying and pasting and collecting the information. Another thing you can do is use an AI, so ChatGPT, Grok, or whichever one you like, and you could ask him to do the research for you. So for example, for us, I could say, hey Grok, I need you to research. I'm just looking at all these autocompletes. They're quite funny. Hey Grok, I need you to research the Airtable API, and I want you to provide me with a descriptive guide on how to create a table with the columns I want. I want to be able to create rows with the correct types, and I want to be able to read the tables and get back the data. Could you build me a comprehensive guide to do that? Something like that. Like, you can make it as descriptive as you want. It's basically just asking him to find the information that will enable you to be able to do the actions that you want in the software that you want. And as you can see, he's going to do the research, and hopefully he's going to build us a very comprehensive guide. For me, I've already done that, so I did it a couple of times. So I've got this folder here, resources, and inside that I've got Airtable, and then I've got a couple of different guides here. So this one is records, which has how to create new records. And then I've got another one about creating and linking tables. But if you're doing this from scratch, yeah, I would definitely recommend going to an AI, getting him to research it, and he'll come up with the information. Sometimes it can be wrong. But what you can do is you can take the guide, copy it over to your repository that you're working with, your editor, and then build the skill. And if something goes wrong, then you just note exactly where it went wrong, and then you can edit the information with the agent as well. Now we got to build the actual skill. So to do that, all we're going to say is, hey there, I need to build a skill for Airtable. Could you use the skill creator skill and the resources in resources dash Airtable to construct a thorough and clear skill for agents to use when I need them to interact with Airtable, and hit enter. And now he is going to go and hopefully read the skill and the resources, and then build the skill that we need. Okay. So it looks like he is done. He's built this skill very comprehensively. I don't know how long that took, a few minutes, I think. And 4 minutes. So let's check it out and see what is created. Okay, so what we have now is the skill. It's in a skills folder that's in our repository. As you can see, we've got the skill.md that's been created. We got the name, we got the description over here. And then we've got a comprehensive file that shows the agent how to use the skill. And then we've also got things like references, that's references to our original documentation. And we've also got a bunch of scripts here that allow the agent to be able to list tables, records, create records in our Airtable. One thing I would say, which is pretty common when you're building a skill, is that the agent typically has a lot of information about authentication over here. So in the skill, it's saying that he needs to export our API key over here, which is Airtable_pat. Typically, the way I like to do it is I just tell the agent, hey, the environment variables are already going to be set. You don't have to worry about them. You can just use the skills as they are. And the reason I like to do that is because I don't really want the agent to be exposing the API keys and sending them off to Anthropic or OpenAI or whatever, because that's a security concern. So typically you need to modify the skill a little bit in order for that to happen. And I would also recommend you create new API keys that you don't mind having to reset or reuse. But generally speaking, the skill and the ability to use the skill are all going to be here. So the next thing that you need to do in order for the skill to be useful is you need to put it into your Agentic IDEs folder specifically designed for skills. So I'm using OpenCode, which means I have a .opencode folder here, and then I've got a skills folder just inside that. So what we need to do is we need to get our Airtable folder over here. We need to drag it into skills, click move, and then as you can see, we've got the Airtable folder in here, just like that. If you're using Claude Code, then instead of .opencode, you're gonna have .claude, and then you're going to have a skills folder in there as well. And once you've done that, you can just reset your Agentic IDE. And then after that, it should be able to read the skills and you're good to go. Okay, so now I'm just going to test it out. So we're going to say, hey, could you read my invoices that are in Airtable and tell me what they are? Hit enter, and hopefully he should be able to come back with, with the invoices. There we go. Awesome. So he's read the invoices, he's given it back to us, which means he can access Airtable and everything is good to go. That's all for this video. I hope that's been useful. If you need help setting up workflows or skills for your business, there's going to be a link in the description where you can book a call with me and we can have a chat. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.